Y'all. I'm your girl, rapper, singer, Blondie Pink, comedian, actress, Michelle Hope Walker. Let's walk and talk. All right, y'all. So we still dealing with the issue of the starting to show more of what I've been telling you all about, where the cop punched a young black girl. That looked like a young girl, a young black girl, holding a baby. And y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all what really breaks my heart is that this footage, Channel 5, KTLA, out here in Los Angeles, California, you can go and look at it. The girl is literally, she then sat down on the ground. So the girl then sat down on the ground, and the cop still is snatching her baby and punching her. You know, when you, first of all, like I tell y'all, we're talking about racism against black women, right? So I got to thinking too, a lot of times it's the way people see black women. When people see black women, sometimes they just automatically go negative, which is wrong, because they don't go negative when they see other races of women. But when they see black women, they all of a sudden want to go negative. So the part, like I said, broke my heart is, so the young girl, she's sitting on the ground with her baby, and the cop is over her, right? And she's like begging. You know, when you sitting on the ground like that and the cop is over you, she's just sort of like begging for him to not take her baby. And he don't even care. He just still takes her baby and punches her in the face. This is what they do to black women, y'all. This is what they do to black women. It's wrong. It's wrong. And that's why we're talking about it. So that was just so sad, though, because this is a young girl. I can tell those girls were young. Those were some young black girls. And then I found out it wasn't even her driving that they stopped. It was the guy that they were with. I guess it was three young girls in the car, and it was the guy that they stopped. And then the police all in the car with the black girls and the babies. Why are you all in the car with the black girls and the babies? So again, it's back to how they see black women, right? And then in the report, you know, because you know they always gonna try to make the black women look negative. They always try to make black people look negative, like they did something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because they know they were wrong for punching that young girl while she was holding her baby. And guess what? Her baby was only 3 weeks, y'all. Her baby was only 3 weeks years old. 3 weeks, not years, 3 weeks old. She just had the baby. And the police is punching her. So sad. And so it wasn't even her driving. It was somebody else driving. And I'm trying to figure out, well then, how did the police get in the midst of what the girls in the car were doing? I mean, because if you stop the driver for what the driver is doing. But again, it's how they see black people. And unfortunately, we are still in like a slavery type society that people feel like they can do anything to black people. They feel like they can get in black people business. I know I've had people, neighbors of people, where you going? First, I'm like, why aren't you asking me where I'm going? Because then sometimes when I would turn it around on them and ask them the same invasive of privacy questions they asking me, they look at me like, and I'm like, yeah, that's how I feel when you asking all of my business. I don't know you like that for you to be asking where I'm going, what I'm doing. It's not your business. But we live in a society that is still like a slavery type society, that people think they can talk to black people however they want to, treat black people however they want to. And it's okay. It's not okay, though. It's not okay. It's not okay. And that's why I love Black Lives Matters, because they are all over this. Thank you, Melina Abdullah, Black Lives Matters, and all the rest, all the groups. You know what I'm saying? That's on this. Because here's the thing. It don't make a difference what was going on in that car. If your goal was to stop the driver, which attorney needs to look at, why did they stop the driver? Was the driver actually doing something wrong, or did they just stop the driver? So they gotta look at that, because you know black people just get stopped for no reason. So they gotta look at why they even stopped the driver. And then please make sure she get a lot of money. I pray you make sure that everybody in that car get a lot of money, because the police were so wrong, and the police criminally charged. So wrong. Now the first thing I got to think, because they kept talking about, well, the car was just whipped with something about alcohol. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. So again, it's back to how they see black people. because I don't know how many rich white people running around after they done left the expensive restaurant and done drunk all kind of alcohol or popping pills that got narcotics in it, that are prescription pills. But when the police stop them, they don't worry about trying to find their pills and find their alcohol. So see, that's how you be knowing that's racism. It's racism. It's racism. First of all, white people rarely get stopped, especially for traffic. That rarely happens. Again, love you, white people. But, until we all get treated fair, like you do, and nice, we gotta, have you in the mix of this when we talk about racism, because that's what we're saying. We all should. If we didn't see nobody getting treated good, then we would think, okay, well, this is how everybody gets treated. But no, we constantly see white people and people who are not black being treated so good. They would not have done no white women like this. Oh no, they wouldn't. The black girl is literally, you all, on the ground. Broke my heart. So she is in begging mode. It reminded me of Atlanta Airport, because I've told y'all sometime when I've gone to Atlanta Airport on how Atlanta Airport can be. I don't know what's wrong with some of them. Them people are black. I don't know what's wrong with the people, black people in Atlanta Airport sometimes. So I literally had a girl that was actually just, I hadn't done nothing wrong. I was just trying to get on the plane. Y'all know disabled, so I have certain, things that I pack, just medical, something different, things like that. But I hadn't done nothing wrong. It's just they wanted to pick on me because at one time I did a video, and when I was sitting there with my plane ticket, and they were acting like I was doing something wrong by sitting there. I guess they I don't know. It was just, So I did a video because I'm like, I got a ticket, and just like all these white people in this airport, why are they harassing me from sitting in the airport waiting for my plane? Just it was really weird and different. But anyway, so I remember I just literally, because you just do what you got to do at that time, was just begging her, like, please just let me get on this plane. I'm trying to get back to LA and get home. So when I seen the girl sitting on the ground in begging mode, she's sitting there holding her baby, begging the police to not take her baby. And this man is still pulling, this cop is still pulling her baby from her and punching her. Y'all, it's just sad. The girls, they stayed talking with respect. She wasn't doing no cursing, none. She was just saying, she loved her baby, because they were trying to make it seem like they didn't love it. She was like, no, I love my baby. She said, I care for my baby. I want my baby. And now I'm sitting here thinking, this woman had just had her baby 3 weeks ago. And when you know how we talk about the care of women after they have a baby, especially we got to make sure we take care of black women, because a lot of times people aren't worried about black women. They don't care about black women. They mistreat black women. So you got this cop with this young girl who just had a baby, trying to take her 3-week-old baby from her for nothing. He has no business focus on what was going on in that car. It's amazing. So that's some new information I found out today, you all. Let me see, I think I did my video earlier today. So this is July 13th, 2023. But like I said, right now it's sort of like the afternoon here in LA, going into the early evening. So I found out some more information. So, and I'm your girl, rapper, singer, Blondie Pink, comedian, actress, Michelle Hope Walker. And y'all know this is where I talk about racism against black women, because I deal with it every day. All black women deal with it just about every day. I mean, we just learn how to maneuver our way through, because we're going to stay happy and blessed. We know God loves us, and we know we good. You know what I'm saying? But we still got to make sure we stand up, sue people, write down our notes, stand against the injustice. We do that work still. But what I'm saying is we don't let it, get to us, stressful, and, we stay prayed up. We're going to stay happy, and we're going to stay moving along. You know what I'm saying? But this is stuff the black women got to deal with every day. So that's some of the new information that I found out. And again, it goes back to, like I was telling you, how people will just snatch up black people for nothing. And people get mad when you talk about like slavery. Yes, that's like slavery, because that's what they could do in slavery days. They can just snatch you up for no reason. You ain't done nothing wrong. They can treat you however they want to. And it's not right. It's not right. So, here you got a guy driving. some girls in the car with babies. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong. And I'm get tired of they always trying to make it seem like what black people do is wrong. You know, you can have white people doing the same thing. They don't consider that wrong. But if the black people are doing it, oh my gosh, how dare they? It's like they don't want black people happy. They don't want, it's just sad. It's sad. So the girl's not even a driver, but yet the cops were trying to take her baby from her and punching her in the face. That is crazy. It's like, what in the world? But like I said, I do thank God that our new sheriff, Robert Luna, is on it. This happened last year, y'all. This is so sad. Like I said in the last video, y'all can go to Michelle Hope Walker Speaks on YouTube, 6547. 6547. Michelle Hope Walker Speaks, 6547. And that's Michelle with 2 L's. But like I said in the last video, I just pray, because then these girls and these people have had to deal with this all year. Can you imagine the PTSD and stuff from that? You just, because they could have just been going around the corner or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And even if it was something going on with the driver, they stop the driver or take the driver, whatever they're going to do with the driver. Why are you all in the car judging the black women about their parenting? That's not the cop job. If they weren't doing nothing wrong to them kids at that time, that's not. And then for people who are trying to take up for the cops, they constantly too. I mean, it's just sickening to hear how they talk about the black girls. They were doing it. It's like they're fishing to try to find something wrong with what was going on. I don't care what you think was wrong. It was not right for him to be punching that young black girl like that and trying to take her baby from her. And Najee Ali, thank you, Najee Ali. We've seen Najee on there. And like Najee said, no one can justify the cops punching a mother holding her baby. A woman holding a child. Cop punching a woman holding a child. She is no threat to you. She is holding her baby. All this girl wanted was to keep her baby. That's all she wanted. I am so glad she getting justice. Oh my gosh. And y'all please help to make sure that y'all sue the pants off. I mean, get all kind of money. Get all kind of money for them. I hope Ben get involved, Ben Crump, and just whatever attorneys y'all got. I mean, y'all get all that money that y'all can out of that. Because that's not right. That is not right. But like I said, it just broke my heart. I seen that. She just sitting on the ground, helpless. Once you done sat on the ground, you holding your baby, you are letting the cops know whatever you want. Just please don't take my baby. Please don't take. That's all this girl was saying. She was respectful. I mean, it's just sad. So, like I said, KTLA today. You can hashtag KTLA or go to ktla.com and see it on there. So it showed a little bit more footage. And again, you all, Black Lives Matters, the grassroots movement, is celebrating 10 years this Saturday, July 15th, here in Los Angeles, California, Leimert Park. I'm sure they probably have something where y'all even can see a streaming or something. And this is our Los Angeles, right here, out here in Los Angeles, California. And thank God for Black Lives Matter. And I love Black Lives, because they get in, they be like, nope, we ain't trying to hear. I love it. Because we need a black group that does that. Because so many times in the past times, black groups have been so busy judging the black person before they help to stand up for the justice for the black person, which is not right. I mean, I understand maybe why sometimes they're doing, because they know it's going to be an uphill battle trying to stand up against racism. So they're always trying to at least get someone who they feel that, the white people or other people can't, try to tear down so much. But really, I don't care who it is, they still tear them down. You can have the greatest, I am the sweetest person. You can have the greatest record, they still would try to tear you down, try to make it seem like you're doing something wrong and bad, and you're not. So, as a black person, again, they do this to black women. They don't do this to all women, they do this to black women. And so, and again, so we just stay praying. We stay praying in the name of Jesus, because God pulls back the covers, and that's where I see this at. Because it just now came out, but this happened July 13th, 2022. But thank God that God pulled back the covers. And that's why I tell y'all, God will pull back the covers on some injustice. So now it's all coming out on what this cop did to this black girl. And that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? God will pull back the cover. So that's why I say these people don't want to be racist. And because you're a black person, want to act like you make it out to seem like you a bad person because you're black. The color of our skin is not a crime. I love my black beautiful self. Yep, I love my black beautiful hair. I love my black beautiful me. I'm doing a video. These the guys. Yeah, I love my black beautiful self. And so this racism that they do against black women, they see a black woman just all of a sudden start thinking mean and mistreating black women. That's wrong. That's wrong. It's wrong. And so, like I said, we stay praying. We pray for the racist person because they need a prayer that they so racist. You know what I'm saying? How can you, and I never will forget, like I told you all, that there's some I was watching TV on a TV show and they talked about that's a mental issue with people who are racist. They got they always trying to make it seem like black people got a mental issue. No, you got a mental issue for being racist. Because to mistreat people because of the color of their skin, you got a problem. You got a mental issue to not like black people because they're black, because they're a different color from you. And even black people that, will think negatively about other black people, they wrong too. That's that white supremacist type mindset that's embedded in our American society. And then we see what's going on in France. And so not even just American, but just society, period. But again, the key point with the black girl and the cop punching the black girl and taking her baby, it's just sad, y'all. It's just really, really sad. So that's the updated information. And I just pray the girl is doing good, you all. We just pray for her. And the girl was out of Palmdale. So Palmdale, you all, is not right in the city of LA. Palmdale is further out in the little towns, That's why I always, to me, you always got to watch them in these little towns. Because the little towns sometimes will let these police get away with stuff and do stuff where they do some of that stuff in the city sometimes. It's always going to be a lot of times in LA. I love LA because people will stand up for you. Eventually, somebody will stand up for you, most cases. An advocacy group or something. But sometimes when you out there in the little towns, people either be scared of the police because, if they stand up, the police try to do something wrong to them, or something. And again, I'm not saying all police bad. Some police, they do good, they try. I know earlier today before I started doing this video, when I was walking the other way and I was going somewhere, there was a girl, I don't know what was going on. I just seen the police sort of surround her, and, I stayed back, but I just asked them, I asked her, was she okay? Because she was sitting in the police. So I was like, are you okay? And it might have been some stuff going on with her, but she looked cleaned up and good, like she taking care of herself. So I was like, and so, she like nodded her head a little bit. Then they were telling me something about she had done something to the place or something inside, and that she said she didn't want to go to the hospital. Now she answered then. When they said she wanted to go out, she shook her head. She was like, no. I was like, oh, I said, well, honey, you don't have to go to the hospital if you don't want to, and then she got up, and then the officer, he came to me because I didn't interfere with what they was doing. I learned to not interfere, but you do what you, but I don't interfere. I just, stand back, if I'm gonna talk, or I actually was talking to the girl. I wasn't even interfering with the police and what they were doing. But the police officer, he was nice, and he came over. He was just explaining what he said that somebody were taking, but evidently she didn't say, the black girl that was sitting there didn't say she wanted to go to the hospital, because as soon as I told her she didn't have to go to the hospital, she hurried up and got now I had to keep going to do what I had to do. So prayerfully, and then I seen ambulances coming and stuff. So prayerfully, they didn't still try to take her to a hospital, try to put her in the medical unit. They try to do the black woman. Even if she has some issues or something, maybe it's something she's dealing with. She has a community group of, dealing with it on her own versus being snatched up from the police and being taken to, But I do have to give it to those police that, because he didn't have to nicely come and, and I stay very respectful with them. So sometimes you can get good instances like that, and I just prayed for the girl. Because as I was walking off, she sort of was still there, so I'm just sort of like, I don't know what that, because don't get me wrong, I do understand that sometimes there are certain issues of folk and different things like that, but still, even in that, we're still on treat black people right, even in the midst of whatever is going on. You're still gonna treat, if you need to in your head, act like it's a white person, and how you would treat a white person, make sure you treat that black woman like that. Sometimes we gotta tell people like that, because they would treat white people good. Oh my gosh, they would treat white people so good, and will dog us out, and mistreat us, and punch, like they just punched a girl in the face. So anyway, all right, y'all, I'm about to wrap this up. So again, we just stay praying. Like I tell y'all, the key thing is we're always, staying praying. I'm your girl, rapper, singer, Blondie Pink, comedian, actress, Michelle Hope Walker. So like I said, you can find me at YouTube on my other videos. YouTube, Michelle Hope Walker Speaks 6547. And we just pray, as the story pans out, I'm just praying that they do a lawsuit to make sure they get this girl lots and lots of money, probably everybody in the car, because they would not have judged a car full of white people holding their kids, even if they did stop a driver, but they rarely stop. I can't even really visualize them stopping a white guy driving traffic, because you just don't hardly see it. White people really have to do something bad for them to end up getting stopped. We get stopped at the drop of a gun. They just stop us because they look at us and want to see what's in our car. Keeping it real. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's not right though. Not right. But so we know that would not have been done to white women in the car holding the baby. And we know that rich white men are leaving restaurants, all very expensive money restaurants, and they done drunk up everything and drunk as I don't know what, driving that $1 million very expensive car. Just because they have money does not make that right for them to do. So then a rich white man driving drunk is seen more okay than, and I don't even know what was, because I don't even know if the charge they're trying to charge the guy when he drive, that's true. So I'm not, the key thing is that we did all see him punch that black girl holding the 3-week-old baby. We seen that part. So, all right, y'all. So I'm your girl, rapper, singer, Blondie Pink, comedian, actress, Michelle Hope Walker. And so we'll stay on the case. Y'all know I got my group, Justice for Black Women. And so Justice for Black Women, we are